If you're having a hard time understanding why it is you start something and don't follow through, this video is for you. Hey there, I'm Leslie Noble, and this is your daily no bullshit truth. And just a quick reminder, this is not a replacement for therapy, so go find yourself a good therapist. This is for educational purposes only. So let's dive in. One of the reasons, and people don't always understand this, is because you are out of your window of tolerance, which is why you're having a hard time staying or sticking to that habit or sticking to that routine, is because your nervous system is in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. So let me help you understand what I mean by that. Where we want to be in our life is in that window of tolerance, which is inner peace, contentment, calmness. And our brain and body does this thing where it tries to protect us when we're outside of the window of tolerance. So fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Fight would be I get angry, I get irritable, I'm in that fight response. Flight is anxious. It can be like I want to escape, I want to get out of here, I want to stop doing it, so we sabotage ourselves. Freeze is like shut down. It can be emotional numbness, depression, and then fawn would be a people pleasing. So all four of those are a response or a trauma response. And our brain tries to protect you by doing those four things when you're out of your window of tolerance. So what does this have to do with following through on things? So what happens is we live in this world where we want things very quickly, right? We go through the drive-through instead of making dinner. We want to learn something. We get on YouTube, which there's nothing wrong with that. But the other thing is we don't give ourselves, number one, time to integrate it, and we don't build capacity slowly. So I'll give you an example. I'm in martial arts right now. And so, the end goal that everybody gets into karate or whatever you're doing is to get a black belt, right? But you can't go into karate thinking, I'm going to get my black belt and think that every week, or you're going to drop out, because you have to learn slowly, integrate what you're working on, and then build capacity to learn the next thing. And otherwise, you don't follow through, or you quit, or you get frustrated. If I said to you, go run a marathon and you're going to learn to run 20 miles, if you get out there and that's all you focus on is the 20 miles, then you're not going to follow through and you're not going to do it. You build nervous system capacity by doing a little bit at a time and getting your body time to integrate what you've learned. So, for example, the marathon is I'm just going to run a mile today. I'm going to run a mile today. And then tomorrow I'm going to add a little bit more. And over time, over a few months, you're going to be running further than when you started at the beginning of the month. And it gives your brain and body time to build that nervous system capacity muscle so that it can complete the goal. We go into fear response when we move through things too quickly. And so I also think this happens in relationships when we're trying to build something. We come in really intense with a lot of intensity, and then we go into shutdown, which I think is what happens with a lot of the avoidance stuff that we're seeing with people ghosting and doing this, is because they're not giving themselves time to be consistent and steady and build that nervous system capacity. I think it's a fear response. So if this was helpful to you, I'd love for you to like, subscribe, and follow my community. Thanks so much for watching, and there's more where this came from. See you next time.